Welcome to the Teamwork Advantage podcast with Gregg Gregory. Join us as Gregg interviews powerful thought leaders and successful team and leadership experts from across the country on teamwork, leadership, and organizational culture. Now let's check in for this week's episode.
Hi, welcome to the Teamwork Advantage, a podcast dedicated to the growth and development of teamwork, leadership, and culture. Hi, I'm Gregg Gregory, the host of the Teamwork Advantage, the founder and the creator of this podcast. Over the years, we've been able to bring you guests such as Charlie Plumb, talking about his life and building a team while behind enemy lines in a prisoner of war camp during the era of Vietnam War. We've talked with Nicole Malachowski, the first female Thunderbird pilot in U.S. history. We've also talked with Keaton Simons, a musical entertainer who's performed with Snoop Dogg and Brett Young. We've talked with many people about the power of teamwork, leadership, and culture. And through this, I've noticed a common thread with a lot of our guests, and that has been their ability to be grateful. Their ability to be thankful and grateful for things when they don't always go the way they are. Let's face it, 5.5 years in a prisoner of war camp could not have been fun, and was not fun for Captain Charles Plumb. Nicole Malachowski, suffering from tick-borne illness and having to discharge from the United States military and the Air Force. Guys, every one of our guests have talked about the ability to be grateful in one way or another while talking about teamwork, leadership, and culture. So today, I kind of want to do the same thing. As we wrap up the third season here on the Teamwork Advantage, I want to share some things from my heart to yours. And I'm going to invite you to join us and watch this on video, because I'm going to share some pictures as we start to go through here. And we start to gravitate and be grateful for everything in our lives. That's the strength of what we're talking about. I want you to think about the power of teamwork. I want you to think about the power of development. But I want you to think what you're grateful for. As we started 2021, my life was going crazy. I had torn my rotator cuff and was back and forth to doctors, trying to find out what was really wrong and did I need surgery. Early February, I had to have surgery on my shoulder. If you're watching the video part right now, yes, I got a little bit of movement back in my arm. I'm good. We went into the spring thinking, sure, the pandemic was going to let up. And it did a little bit. Then it just got worse. Business was off for businesses all over the country. Challenges were going up and companies were failing, while other companies were thriving. Well, this year in April, I had the opportunity to purchase a property, and I moved. I moved from the residence I'd been in with my late wife for over 30 years. I moved down to Annapolis, Maryland, near where my dad used to keep a boat, an old fishing boat when I was a kid. And Dad helped me learn the rules of the road. You know, something I remember from the great Zig Ziglar was, a captain is free to sail the ocean waters so long as he is slave to his or her compass. Well, today it's kind of a slave to the GPS. But those rules that my dad taught me, you've probably heard them, 3 R's of boating: read, write, return, which means you keep the red markers on the right-hand side as you return from your day on the water. Learning the rules of what I could do and being able to follow those rules. See, rules are there for reasons. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some rules I think are crazy. And I believe some rules can be bent. But that happened not far from here in Annapolis. So this year, in a period of 37 days, I found a house, bought a house, sold my house, packed up my house, and moved, all in 37 days. I got down here to Annapolis to this beautiful home. And if you're watching this on video, you're seeing some of the pictures that float by. Guys, I want you to think about the strength of what you could be grateful for. You see, I am grateful for the things in my life. Am I sad because I've lost some things? Yes. Am I sad because business is hurting? Yes. I am so grateful for the people in my life. I'm grateful for the friends that I've had over the years, Dr. Willie Jolly and his wife, Dee. I'm grateful for all of my podcast guests. I'm grateful for people that are working with me, Jeff Sullivan, Kathy Smith, Chase, the team down in Texas that helps me be able to produce this podcast every week. I'm grateful for the business that I had this year. I'm grateful for the friends that I've got, the people that have helped me this year through the thick and the thin, the trials, the tribulations, the turmoils. As you look at some of the pictures, I am grateful for my dog, Ryder. What are you grateful for? What can you find in your heart to be grateful for today? There's something. I am grateful for the sunsets. I'm grateful for the walks by the water. Every one of these pictures that you're seeing here is in my new subdivision, taken as I start to go around. A couple of the lighthouse that I did, the sunset shots. Oh my gosh, the sunsets are incredible. The sunrise is beautiful. The beautiful water, the salt air. We could always, and I underline, always find something to be grateful for. As we got into the fall of the season, the leaves started turning. I wondered, would I be as grateful as we turned into the colder weather? And then, of course, the challenges of the pandemic started to get worse again. As the seasons changed, the beautiful fall sky, the trees, the leaves turning. Yes, I could be grateful. Walking around downtown Annapolis the other week, they canceled the boat parade because the winds were too high, but there were boats that were there all lit up. And the picture of the one with the pirate on it is just fascinating. I'm grateful to be able to see things like that. I'm grateful to live in this beautiful city where I can walk and see people and just enjoy it. You see, guys, we can all find something good in our lives. Awareness brings effectiveness. I know I've talked about that several times through the podcast through this year. I'm so believable in that. Guys, awareness brings effectiveness, the ABE effect. The more aware we are of being grateful, the more gratefulness was going to come into our lives. Speak it out loud. There is an app, the Secret app. If you download the app on your phone and every day do a journal entry for what you are grateful for, not just at Christmas or the holiday season or at Thanksgiving, but every day of the year. I've started doing that in the last few months. Not every day and every minute of every day will be spectacular. Yeah, I believe that we can find something good in every day. I believe there is good that lines everything we do, everything we see, everyone we meet. Please, if you like this, subscribe to our podcast of the year. Tell others about it. Be sure to hashtag the Teamwork Advantage. Join our Facebook group. Share what you've been grateful for. Share what you're thankful for. Guys, let me tell you, some of the things that I am so grateful for is my mom and dad adopted me. I'm grateful for the life that they gave me. I'm grateful for the time I had with my wife, albeit too short. I'm grateful for this beautiful weather. Yet I know there are people struggling because the weather was devastating. And yet there was one gentleman I saw. His piano was saved. His house was totally destroyed, and he sat there, no roof over his head. And he played piano. He was grateful for that. Find the smallest of things to be grateful for. There's something in our lives that we can all be grateful for every day. Family, friends. What are you grateful for? I am grateful for all of the listeners to the podcast, the people that have shared with me their stories, that they've gotten ideas from, things they're able to use. As we go into our next season, our 4th season with the Teamwork Advantage, we have got some people getting lined up right now that are just going to be amazing for me to interview. I'm excited because I get the opportunity to talk to some of the greatest minds. And you get to hear them. Join me here after the holidays. Until then, you know me, never have a good day. When someone says to me, have a good day, and I turn to them and say, I don't want to, you should see the looks I get on my face, on their faces. It's like, what? I say, yeah, having a good day is just being average. If you're listening to this, watching this, you're not average. Be sure to make today an excellent and exceptional day. Take care. Happy New Year. We'll see you next season. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the Teamwork Advantage with Gregg Gregory. Be sure to like, subscribe, and activate the bell icon to be notified of future episodes. To learn more about how Gregg can help your organization develop a powerful winning culture, visit TeamsRock.com. That's TeamsRock.com.